Hello, my name is David Collins, and what I wanted to talk to you today is the family members about our program. And very simply, if we take our program and we break it up into an 8-week program, there's the first, second, third, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If we break it up into an 8-week program, our clients come here, and the first week really is detox. Yeah, so it's a biopsychosocial model. Biopsychosocial, so the biology is what we start on first, getting the human body right. Then we start to work with the psychology, and the first week of the program is broken up into spiritual principles. Now, spiritual principles aren't religious principles. They're spiritual principles like honesty, open-mindedness, willingness, faith, trust, acceptance. It has nothing to do with religion. What it does have to do with is a spiritual principle that lives throughout everyone's life. So even if you're an atheist and you don't believe in something, but you are honest, your behavior can change with yourself and with others. The first start really is self-honesty. Do you have a problem? Do you have a substance abuse problem? And how can we help? The next week is the brain and the mind. And this is how we think, this is how we've been wired, how we get triggered, how we react to situations, how we respond to situations, how we interact with others, and how our relationships have been impacted. And this is happening all the time. This is happening from Monday to Sunday. People are coming in this house, in this learning environment. And the third week is community and growth. So how do we interact within the community, and how can my interactions with the community help other people grow themselves? How can I grow by helping others? And how can I ask for help and get help from other people? What communities do I need to move to? What communities do I need to let go of, which are going to be supportive of my health? The next week is we go back to the spiritual principles. So as we're continuously learning about these spiritual principles, how are we bringing those principles into our mind, and how we are working in our brain and our mind and using those in our relationships. And this is where we start to bring in the family members. Yeah, because a lot of our addiction or substance use disorder is a systemic illness. Not only has it impacted me as an individual, but it has also impacted my family relationships. So we're looking at how it's affected me and how it's affected you as a family member, and how that has impacted us. So this is where the family can start to get educated, and we can start to put these spiritual principles in and learnings into healing our families and community and growth. Where can the family start to get support for themselves? Where can we start thinking about the workplace environment, integrating back into society, and what's it like to go home? So this is what the final week's about. It's about homecoming, how you're going to get home, what you're going to do when you're released, when you can discharge at any time. We're not a prison, but what we are really concerned about is what support you need for when you leave treatment. And this is where pocket rehab comes into place. So what we have here is we have a worldwide network, Pocket Rehab, which is a peer support network. Let me use a different color. We have Pocket Rehab here. Which is a peer support network. So a peer support network is basically me and you have got the same problem and we can support each other. And this is running 24/7, 365, and it supports our clients anywhere, anytime in getting the help that they need from one of our coaches that have been trained around the world. And the importance of this is our coaches that have been trained, they're either peer recovery specialists, or they're certified professional recovery coaches, which is someone that you'll get referred back to when you go back to. But we're all on the same page. We have the same thinking, the same methodology, the same thoughts towards what recovery is. So what is recovery? Recovery is a process. It's an event. It's not an event. It's a process. It's a time of adult learning. It's a time of learning about ourselves. It's about learning about others. It's about learning about how our behavior has impacted others. It's about learning about how other people's behavior has impacted us. It's about learning how to rebuild relationships. It's about working on the relationship and moving it towards the solution. And it often takes time, because a lot of families and a lot of people coming from a culture of addiction, this is filled with crisis, chaos and conflict. There's a lot of mistrust, there's a lot of dishonesty, there's been a lot of hurt and harm and pain, and that takes time to rebuild. So while you're here with us, you will be learning to work on yourself, and then you will start to learn how to work on yourself with others, and then hopefully your family members and society will start to come along on the journey, because it is a journey, and you start to move towards a solution. And this is where Pocket Rehab can really come and help us. So you're most probably watching this video on your cell phone device, and the idea of this is to educate you yourself so that you can be of better service to yourself and to those that you care. If you're suffering with substance use yourself and you're moving down the harm reduction route towards complete abstinence, or if you're a family member and you're being impacted and you've been struggling to detach and let go and allow that person to take responsibility for themselves. And really, through this whole process, you are surrounded by a team of professionals at various different stages, supporting you and your communities, from your insurance company to your doctors, to your psychiatrists, to the coaches, to the counselors, to the social workers, to the priests, to the rabbis, to the imams, to the 12-step fellowships, to the mutual aid groups. All those areas are there to support you in your recovery. So we really want you to get well, to focus on the solution, and what better place to come and do it than with us over here, where you are in a safe container, in an environment that is really going to teach you how to recover. The word clinic comes from French. It means place of bedside learning. So when you come here, you are treated as if you're a student. So after detox, you start the education process for yourself and then your family members on how to move forward. Thank you for watching the video, and I hope you watch more. Enjoy the journey.